Hello everybody, the Mr. Game Fanatic here, doing the quest, The Hand of the Sand. I can start this quest by speaking to Bert and Yanil in the house in the sandpit. Before I begin, I will need to have 17 thieving and 49 crafting. For this quest, you will need a bucket of sand. You can just bring a bucket, because you can use the bucket on the sandpit. You will need 2 vials, white berries, red berries, 5 earth runes, and a lantern lens. The stuff on the bottom of my inventory is irrelevant. Use the bucket of the sand pit to get a bucket of sand, or just buy it from the ground exchange. Also bring 2 GP to buy, or a beer. Bring 2 GP or a beer, and also bring money to teleport to Brimhaven and back. You can start this quest in Yanil. Yanil is east of Castle Wars, south of East Ardug. That's what I call it, Ardug. Now you must go into this house in the west side of Yanil and speak with Bert. The correct saying is, "Ew, a hand in the sand? Why haven't you told the authorities?" This quest was pre-recorded, so I have no control over my mistakes. Sure, I'll give it a hand. I'll give it a hand. Now you must go directly south into the inn, and if you brought 2 GP instead of the beer, speak with the bartender and say, "1 cheap one, please. Do not buy the other beer I bought. Say 1 cheap beer, please." After you've bought the correct beer, speak with Guard Captain down next to him. You will give him a beer, and he will talk to you about what happened or where you have to go next. He'll soak your hand, the hand you have. Now you must head to the Wizard's Guild in front of it, not in it. Don't worry about having 66 magic. You do not need it for this quest. You will be heading outside of the Wizard's Guild. Ring the bell, and you will speak to the mage. I have a rather sandy problem that I'd like to get my pain off. You give him the hand. Now you need to go back to Bert and speak with him. You will get a note. You can read it if you want. Now you need to go to Brimhaven. You can take the boat from Ardug. Brimhaven, you have to go to this room. You'll have to speak to Sandy. Sandy is a guy. Speak with Sandy. Sandy isn't very helpful, so search his desk. You will get another note. You can read it if you choose to. Now you must pickpocket Sandy to get a pile of sand. Funny. Now you must go back to Bert in Yanil. Another good useful thing is to bring teleport runes for Ardug teleport and for Watchtower teleport if you've beaten the Watchtower quest. Sorry about that. Now you must head back in front of the Wizard's Guild to speak to the wizard again. Ring the bell if you need to, if he's not there. I've rather sandy problem, yada yada yada. Sorry about that. You will give him the notes, I think, for this thing. I have a rather sandy problem, yada yada yada. Can you help me more? He will ask for a vial, and he will ask for 5 earth runes, I believe. Give him he will ask for a vial and a vial only to teleport you to Betty. You must speak with Betty. If you do not choose to do this way, you must walk there from she is in Port Sarim. She will give you bottled water. Use your red berries you have on the bottled water. Now use the white berries on your mixture. Now it turns into pink dye. Use the pink dye on the lantern lens. You will get a rose tinted lens. You must head in front. Talk to Betty. She will put a vial on the counter. Now you must head where the door is and keep the door open. Use the lens on the counter. And you will get truth serum. You must be in the doorway and keep the door open while doing this. I'm not sure if you need to keep the door open, but that is suggested. Now speak back to Betty. Speak back with Betty. Speak with Betty, and she will add the sand you have into the truth serum. Now you must head back to Sandy. Speak with Sandy. Use one of the punchlines, different per person, but use one of the punchlines to get his attention off of you. He will face the window, the opposite side of him currently. Like he is now. Use your truth serum with his coffee. Now you must speak to him again. Now he will tell the truth for everything, but first you must activate the orb. I'm sorry that I messed up. I have no control over that right now. Now you must ask him every single question that there is. The 3 questions. Ask him all of them because they are helpful to know to begin finishing up the quest. Now you must go back in front of the Wizard's Guild to talk to the mage again. I have a sandy problem. Now you must talk to the mage again. You can have a sandy problem, and then you would like to say, and then you'll get a cutscene about Bert in his sand. Sorry about that. Now, you must head to Entrana. You must take all of your gear off and all of your items off. You do not need anything to do this. Entrana is, you must go to Port Sarim and take the boat to Entrana. Port Sarim is south of Falador, west of Draenor Village, east of Remington. The way I took was I teleported to Ardug. I took a boat to Brimhaven. I chartered to Port Sarim and walked north. Now go east-west in there and speak to this guy, and he'll give you a wizard's head. Very weird to give me a head, but Entrana is south of Cath3, north of Crandor, east of East Ardug, and everything. Now you must head back to Yanil and speak back with the mage. I have a really standard problem. You give him the head. I'm wearing my gear. Congratulations, you have completed the Hand in the Sand. You are awarded 1 quest point, 1,000 thieving, 9,000 crafting, and a secret reward from Bert. I now have 222 quest points. Now you can talk to Bert every day, every 24 hours, to get 84 buckets of sand that you can sell in the Grand Exchange for money. This is only once a day, and I cannot get it today because I've done the quest just today, but I can get it tomorrow. And so on and so forth. Talk to Bert every day to get them buckets of sand. See you guys in the next guide, or whatever the video is.